guys, Jexie here. Welcome back to another video. So in today's video, I thought I'd tell you about a funny story that happened at a meeting I went to over the weekend. Okay, so first off, I apologize for being a little bit of a hot mess today. I usually at least put on some kind of makeup before I sit in front of a camera, but I just didn't feel up to it today, and I figured whatever, right? So, as you guys know, I am a member of a 12-step program. I do go to Narcotics Anonymous meetings. And although my channel is not just about a Narcotics Anonymous message, it's about recovery as a whole, a lot of my experience is based off of Narcotics Anonymous. So, I tell you that so you understand. So I have been going to Narcotics Anonymous meetings since the beginning of my recovery. And let me tell you, what happened this weekend, I have never seen nor heard happening at any meeting. So it was Saturday, and I went to a meeting that I don't usually go to. Every once in a while I go to. It's a late night Saturday meeting, and it's a lot of younger people go. But this particular night, they had their Halloween party. It's their anniversary meeting, which means they celebrate, the group being formed. And I think it was like their 10th anniversary or something of the meeting. So when they have an anniversary meeting in this area, they have food and they do cake and they have speakers. And it's a nice experience. If you've never gone to an anniversary meeting for NA, I definitely recommend it. But so there was pizza, and I walked outside a little before the meeting ended because I have a really hard time sitting in metal chairs. If they have cushions, I can, like sometimes metal chairs have like the cushions on them. I can manage a little better, but I don't know, maybe about 6 months ago, I damaged my tailbone. I fell off a bed like on my butt, and since then I haven't been able to sit right. If I sit on something soft like my bed or on, a couch, it's fine. But excuse me, even sitting in the car, like, it's hard. I sit, like those circle neck pillows, like I even sit on one of those for long car rides. So anyway, I couldn't sit in the metal chair for long, so I went outside a little before the meeting ended. And the meeting ends, and people are just starting to trickle their way out. So there's probably about, 8 to 10 people in the parking lot. Now, mind you, this meeting is at a church. Now, it may not be totally visitable as a church, but it's clearly a church. The other thing to know about where this meeting's at is it's right in college town. It's on a street that's in the middle of a bunch of college campus buildings. And on that street, there's a lot of fraternities and sororities. It's literally right in the middle of a college campus. So although the church doesn't belong to the school, all the buildings around it have been acquired by the school over time. So this time of year, especially given it's Halloween time, there are parties everywhere up and down the street. And you see college kids walking back and forth in their costumes. So people wore costumes to this NA meeting because it was a Halloween party. So I don't know, maybe that's why there was confusion. So there was 8 to 10 people standing in the parking lot of the church outside the meeting. And all of a sudden, a group of 5 guys, college-age kids, walk by, and they walk into the meeting. And me and a couple other people who were standing outside, I was like, did I just see that right? I thought I had hallucinated, because one of the guys looked to be rolling a blunt, and another guy was carrying a bottle of alcohol. And I was like, I didn't really just see that, did I? What just happened here? Now, mind you, I don't recognize everybody who goes to this meeting because it is a lot of younger people, and it is a meeting I don't regularly attend, so I was confused. Well, apparently, that's exactly what they had. So they're walking the meeting itself. When you walk in, you have to go up 2 flights of stairs. And as they're walking up the stairs, somebody says to them, I think you're in the wrong place. And the guy in the front was like, no, we're in the right place. And they keep walking up the stairs. And then somebody says to the very last guy who's trailing, they're like, you do know you're about to walk into a Narcotics Anonymous meeting, right? And all of a sudden he yells up to the guys in front of him. He's like, guys, we are definitely in the wrong place. And so I'm outside. I see them walking out and leaving. And I said, guess you guys are in the wrong spot, huh? And they're like, yeah, sorry about that, and walk off. And we're all laughing. And I was like, how funny is it? Here we are, laughing. Like, when have you ever seen, like, think back to the last party you walked into where you got laughed out because you showed up with your own drugs and alcohol, right? Like, it was funny. Like, it was funny. I mean, at all the places to walk into, you walked into a Narcotics Anonymous meeting. On top of that, it was a Narcotics Anonymous meeting happening in a church. In a church. Like, did you really think that, like, the costume party happening at the church was, like, bring alcohol and weed? Like, but anyway, so we all had a very good laugh. Look, the fact is that things happen, and everybody who's there obviously had been to that place where they're showing up randomly, like with drugs and alcohol, so it was totally fine. But yeah, I've never been to a meeting where somebody walked in. I've been to meetings where people came in not knowing what it was. I've been to meetings where people were like, oh, whoops, I'm in the wrong place. But I've never been to meetings where people showed up with drugs and alcohol and not realize where they were. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that little story. Have you guys ever had something like that happen? Have you ever done something like that during your active addiction? Let me know. And, I'll see you guys, I guess, on Wednesday for trivia. Hope you have a great week. Bye, everyone.